This boy won't let me record for nothing. Stop. Well, every time I hold on the camera, you get jealous. Stop. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Just say hi, my love. Stop trying to take the camera down. Say hi. Ooh, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Okay, bye-bye. Go play. No, that don't mean come over here. Stop. Girl, I cannot record for nothing. Around this boy, he gets so bothered that I have my camera out recording. But y'all, I really wanted to get into stop, baby. I really wanted to get into, yeah, that's the door. I really wanted to get into, y'all, this is the real life of having a 1-year-old for real. This is how some of them act. Not all of them, some of them. Bye-bye. Go play with your toys. Yeah, but anyways. Whew. You're looking like what? Oh, let me come back over here. What'd you say? Anyways, y'all, I wasn't done with my last video of giving my testimony. But today I wanted to bring up another hot topic, y'all. A hot topic. You know, last night, and this is regarding my God in the Bible and, you know, the truth of the matter of things. You know what I'm saying? So, I really want to express, like, how I was feeling last night when I was reading the Bible, because I believe it was in 2 Timothy, the intro, it was basically telling you how things are going to go down in the world. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't think that things are gonna go down the way you think they're gonna go down, you hear everybody else telling you about, stop it, Isaiah, go play. Yeah, telling you about, like, the church is about to be exposed. People true self is really about to start coming out, y'all. When I tell you that I read that specifically in the Bible myself, about how things are going to start turning before God comes back, I'm just like, wow, like you hear everybody else talking about this stuff, and I had to, like, go and see for myself. When I tell you that the Bible tells you everything, when I tell you that the Bible has all the clues and all the keys to your life and what's been going on around for the last years and centuries to come, when I tell you everything is in that book, when I tell you how to change, how to live up your life accordingly to get to the kingdom of heaven, you doing that on purpose now, because you looking right at me. So when I tell you everything is in there, like, it is literally in there, and it's so amazing, because listen, it's not that I wasn't a believer before, right? It's not that I wasn't, I just wasn't raised in the Bible, y'all. So I'm new to the Bible. I'm new to becoming a child of God. You know, I asked for forgiveness for all of my sins. I even forgave people in my past that hurt me, that did me wrong. So that's why I kind of put that testimony out there. That's why I talked about my past and stuff like that. Not that I regret anything that I went through in my past. I had to let it out. I had to talk about it because it was on my conscience. It was on my mind. So I had to release and let go. And then the next step was actually physically going to these people and actually asking for forgiveness, or actually asking God for forgiveness for me forgiving these people. So it wasn't no hate speech. It wasn't no testimony that was given to be mad at anybody or throw judgment towards anybody, because I've forgiven my past. I've forgiven people. I've let go. And I just moved on from that. So what I really wanted to talk about is, like, for me being a kid, right? And I'm bringing this up because I was just thinking about this after listening to 2 Timothy, after reading 2 Timothy, the intro into the 2 Timothy, and it basically telling you about everything that's going on in this world, which is, wow, it's amazing. And when I tell you that the Bible has every single clue and every single thing that you can imagine, when I tell you, I mean, I read about him talking about some roadways and highways and stuff like that. They didn't have highways back then. So you telling me that God ain't real? So you telling me all these people that saying that God ain't real and he don't know what's going on? But how he know to talk about some roadways? He is God. He knows all things. You know what I'm saying? He created this. He created this universe for us. So he's created all things. So he knows what the future is going to look like. He knows his plans. He knows his steps. So before all these people, you know, say that they don't believe or not believers, when I tell you, if you read the book, and I've never been a book thumper. I've never read books, y'all. And I'm being honest. I've never been a book person. I ain't never been a book person. And this is not just any old type of book. This is a book of life. This is the book of truth. This is the book of understanding self. This is the book of getting knowledge and wisdom and learning how to, you know, act accordingly so you can create for the kingdom of God and so you can get closer to heaven. When I tell you, it tells you everything, how to achieve success, how to be a good steward, how to be a good person, how to be a good husband, how to be a good wife. When I tell you, it has every single step in there, how to not be disobedient, how to not be disrespectful. It tells you everything in the Bible. And let me tell you the truth. Listen, I said, you know what? Out of 29 years of living, you know, I was so disobedient. I was so disrespectful. I was so I have no discipline, you guys. I had no discipline. I had no disobedience. I was very disrespectful. You know, I just thought that my ish didn't stink. And I just thought it was my way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you that I had indulged myself into getting the true understanding about God and getting the true understanding about the Bible and learning, it has changed me in the way since reading it. Like, it has changed my thought process. It has changed, okay, well, yeah, I need to be disciplined. I need to be disobedient. So I'm learning how to be disciplined. I'm learning how to be disobedient. I'm learning how to sit there and get in my word. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to get closer to God. I'm learning how to become a better woman. You know what I'm saying? So, and mind you, I cut up all this drinking stuff about a year ago. I've probably had like a glass of wine or two since then. I stopped smoking. Like, I don't know. You know, I can't tell you how this happened, but I think it was God. I believe it was God. Matter of fact, I know it was God because it wasn't me. You know, smoking stopped. I literally, like, I used to dabble in witchcraft. I used to dabble in crystals. I used to dabble in tarot cards. I used to dabble in all that stuff. And you can't tell me that wasn't God that had pulled me away from that stuff. When I tell you, he had heed warning. And all of a sudden, one day, I just woke up and I was just like, throw out all your crystals. Like, my conscience was telling me, throw out all your crystals. Throw out all your tarot cards. Clean everything up. Stop smoking. Stop drinking. Like, I was being called, y'all. It felt like I was being called, like my body was just moving in that way. I was just acting in that way. I don't know what was bringing me at the time, but now I know that it was God this whole time. He was trying to clean me up. He was trying to purify me, y'all. He was trying to purify me. When I tell you that I came from a wreck, when I tell you I came from a mess, and then this is not to discredit my past, because I have forgiven my past and I forgive people from my past. But y'all, I'm more loving. I'm more understanding. I'm more caring. Isaiah, at that. And not that I've always, excuse me, I might feel like I'm getting this cold or something. It's always when I'm online, he want to distract. But he got all these toys, y'all. He got all these toys. You know, he just has to be on top of his mama. But anyway, which I don't mind. But you know, when I be talking, he be getting loud. And it's like he purposely trying to distract. He don't want nothing. When I get off this camera, he gonna act like I don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So look, he want to get in the camera. That's what the thing is. He wants to be on the camera. He wants to touch the camera. He wants to touch the phone any other time. He don't want this phone. He don't want this camera. He don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know my child is like getting a little bothersome, because I'm speaking to y'all. So yeah, he's getting a little jealous. But what I was saying before was, it's not like that I was you know, like this messy person. I kind of was messy. Lord forgive me. I was kind of a little messy, you know. I was kind of a little disorganized, and I'm still working on it. I'm not saying everything changed overnight, you guys. But I'm saying, upon reading the word and getting in my Bible, and upon understanding, upon reading, and upon all these things, that things have changed in my life. Like, I can't stress this enough. I have not had anxiety. When I tell you I had it, when I tell you I was about to be in the mission of an anxiety attack, and I had severe anxiety. Listen, I can't, like, I'm so serious. Like, I struggle with anxiety. I struggle with bipolar. I struggle with depression. I struggle with PTSD. And when I tell you, I have not had that since reading my Bible, since opening my book. When I tell you, I was in the middle of reading my Bible, and all of a sudden, like, this feeling of anxiousness came upon me, right? And mind you, usually I flip out. Like, I'm the type of person that when I'm feeling this feeling, like, I get really antsy and I flip out, and I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And I start freaking out, and I'm hyperventilating, and my heart's racing, and just so much thoughts going into my head. And I'm just like, ooh, you know, I gotta run, I gotta flee. It's a fight or flight syndrome. And I'm always running when I had anxiety. I was always running, like, because I couldn't sit still in that emotion. I couldn't sit still in that anxiety. I couldn't stand to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like I was jittery. Like, I had to go, you know? But when I tell you, I was literally reading my Bible, and I said, I'm going to continue. Nope. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So I was thinking that in my head, and I was just like, let me continue to keep reading that word. Let me continue to keep reading my Bible and focus on the Bible. When I tell you that feeling dissipated, like, it just disappeared. So it's like 1 minute, it was just like this ball of, like, urgency, like this knot in this pit that just did not feel good. And I was feeling it in my head, and I was feeling it in my heart, and I was just like, nope, let me focus on God. Let me focus on God. Let me focus on my word. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And when I tell you it disappeared, it was gone. It was gone. Disappeared. You can't tell me that wasn't God. You cannot tell me that wasn't God. When I tell you, y'all need to get in your Bible, for real, y'all need to get in your Bible, because it's going to tell you. It's not going to tell you nor the date nor the time, but it's telling you he's coming back. He's coming back. When I tell you, I read that with my own two eyes. When he said this is about to happen before he come back, this, that, and the third, these are all the signs that are going on right now. These are everything that is going on right now. When I tell you I've been yearning to be saved by the Lord, when I tell you that all my life, this is so serious, all my life, I knew that I've been yearning to be saved by something, but I don't know. And I feel like that's why I was vulnerable. I feel like that's why I fell into all these traps or becoming, just falling for everything, because I just wanted something. I always wanted something, and I didn't know what it was, but I just knew I wanted something, y'all. When I tell you this hurt, because who I used to be and who I was and who I'm changing into now, what I longed for was something. And that's why I was dabbling into tarot cards. That's why I was, messing with all these different men and being in the streets and drinking and partying and have a good time instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I can say these things because I'm changing into a new person. I'm not that person no more. I'm a different person. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk about it and feel okay talking about it. Because I realize that I'm being a changed person. I'm being a changed woman. So, I'm not uncomfortable talking about my past. I'm not uncomfortable talking about what the things that I have been through, because God has delivered me and he is bringing me up out of it. So, amen. Okay. So when I tell you that I was literally just longing for something, and I don't know what it was, and I also thought of this last night, and I'm just like, dang, you know what? God wasn't blessing me all these times that I'm sitting up here longing for my building partner. I just kept saying, like, I want to build. You know what I'm saying? I want to build with somebody. I want to grow that relationship. I want to have what you see all these other people having, but not everything that you see is real. And that kind of was like brought to my attention. Not everything that you see is real. Not everything that you see is of God. So if you want that, you getting what the devil's giving you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with that. So your best bet is to be patient and wait on God. If you're asking God for something, I'm telling you, be patient. Wait on him, because he's the one who's going to do it for you in the right time. Not on your time, but in the right time, in the divine time. Telling you, when I got this house, I was being impatient, but I was told to leave. I was told to just have faith and just leave, just go. I was homeless for 9 months, but God worked it out for me. My job had my back. Certain people were in my life for a reason. God had them people in my life for a reason. I cannot thank them enough, because I wouldn't be here today. But it was all God. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking last night, I'm just like, dang, you know what? I've always wanted to build with somebody. I'm always talking about building. I'm always talking about building in a relationship. I'm always talking about building my husband up. I'm always talking about building my family. I'm always talking about building. But I'm just thinking, like last night, I swear it was the Holy Spirit. I swear that was the Holy Spirit. I cannot kid you enough. I swear it was the Holy Spirit telling me, honey, listen, that's not how this works. You have to be patient. You have to understand that I have to strip you down and I have to make you pure. And you want to build for the kingdom, because you're not building for yourself. You're building for me. You want to build for the kingdom, then you need to get right. You need to get right with me. You need to become more of a woman of God. You need to become more pure. You know what I'm saying? You need to become, because I'm not going to let you build for me and you have all these users trying to take what I've given you and take it apart. We can't do that. You can't do that for my kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So now I understand, you know what? Now I'm getting it. Now I'm just like, okay, you're right. He was like, you think that I'm about to give you this, that, and the third, and you can't even, tell, what's his name to leave you alone? Well, baby. You think I'm about to give you the keys to the kingdom and you can't even tell, you can't even block old dude after I told you to block him and leave him alone because he ain't no good because he's a user? You think that I'm about to give you the keys to help you build for me and my kingdom, and all he gonna do is tear it apart and use you? And yeah, no, he ain't gonna give you that. If you not, the devil will give you it and make you be deceived and think that you're receiving something from God, but it's not from God, it's from the devil. You know what I'm saying? So the devil he will tempt you into certain things. He will do certain things. Yes, he will. He will also make you rich. Okay? It's a lot of rich people that is by the devil. You know what I'm saying? And more power to you. More power to you. You know, but they did some things and they got into some things in order for that to happen. You know, when you're doing stuff that is deceiving, when you do stuff that is cunning, when you do stuff that is not of God, then of course the devil gonna give you more. You know what I'm saying? So not everything that you see is of God. So be wary. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes open. You know what I'm telling you? Get in that Bible. Get in that word. Because he will not forsake you, for real. He will not forsake you. And I've been blessed. I ain't gonna lie, I've been blessed my whole life. You know, he's been giving me chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And like I said, I've been longing for something, and I finally know what it is. And I finally have it. And I'm finally like, wow, this is where all my problems could have disappeared a long time ago if I would have gave my faith. I had the faith, right? I had the belief, but I wasn't all in. So I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, this could have been gone a long time ago. The depression could have been gone. I'm sitting up here going to therapy. I'm not saying that you going to therapy is not a thing that you should be doing. But I'm sitting up here thinking, like, dang, these therapists can't even help me with my issues and problems. You know what I'm saying? These therapists has not been able to help me. The only true person that has been able, only true spirit that's been able to help me is God. For real. I'm reading my word. And I've only been in it for a short period of time. So just imagine what I would look like in a year from now. Walking with God. Man, it's going to be so beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful. Truly, it's going to be so beautiful. And I've been looking for healing for a very long time, y'all. Like, this made me want to tear up just a second ago. But I've been looking for healing for a very long time. But I've been longing for something. And I finally found it. Like, y'all don't understand how much it took me to get here. You know? And that's why I said my testimony was, I wasn't done talking about my testimony because God not done with me. You get what I'm saying? He not done with me. Green. Orange. Yeah. Messy. Green and orange. But what I really wanted to talk about, I feel like that was really, truly what I wanted to talk about. Now, when I got in here, I was just like, oh, I'm going to talk about this, that, and the third. But when I got on here, it just flowed. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. But what I really wanted to talk about is last night I was laying down in bed. And, you know, lately I haven't been able to go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why, what's been going on. Like, my mind been on Bible. My mind been on, you know, reading these Bible games, playing these Bible games, and doing Bible puzzles of pictures of God and stuff like that. Like, literally, I have not been into watching TV. I have not been into no secular music. I have not been lusting over nobody. Like, my things just changing. I'm so in peace. I've never been at peace. When I tell you I've never been at peace, I've always had a disturbed spirit in my mind and in my body and in my home. I've always had that around. And like I tell you, major changes. When I tell you I fasted, I tell you I went through these changes that I felt like that was a requirement to get closer to him. So I did what I've been called to do. But what I really wanted to say was last night I was laying in my bed and I was just laying there and I was thinking, I'm like, dang. You know, I'm thinking about all the people that when we were kids, right? When we were young. Now, I'm 29 right now. So when I was young, I used to think about, last night I was just thinking about all the people, all the kids that talked about God. You know what I'm saying? And it stuck with me. It stuck with me for some reason. I wasn't raised in a Bible. I wasn't raised in a church. None of that. So I'm learning myself. I'm learning on my own right now. So, like my sibling, like my sister and stuff like that. She says to this day that she cannot step in a church. You know, a few years ago, that was the last time I talked to her. Probably like 6 years ago was the last time I talked to her. She said that she cannot step in a church because she feels this weird feeling upon her. And I'm just like, now that I think about it, now that I go back and think about why she can't step in the church, is because the devil been attacking her. Just like the way it's been attacking me. And I don't know, it's because where we came from, the house that we used to live in, we lived in a funeral home, y'all. So, I don't know if it was just like spirits and stuff attached to us and things that it was just attached to us and stuff like that. Yeah, but that house was just not to be housing. For real. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. But I used to think about how she used to say when she was a kid, how she used to teach me how to pray before going to bed. And it stuck with me still to this day. It stuck with me, y'all. I don't know why that stuck with me. But maybe that was supposed to stick with me for a reason, because God had a better calling upon my life. So that literally stuck with me. And the prayer was, I should lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take, or something like that. I don't know why he acted like this, y'all. I don't know why he's doing this, because I'm on the camera. He don't want for nothing. He just ate breakfast. It's not his nap time. He feel like I'm like, he feel like I'm not paying attention to him. You know, but when I'm not on the video, when I'm playing with him and stuff like that, or when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm reading my Bible, he don't be bothering me. He don't be all up in my face. He don't be doing none of this. So it's only when I'm on the camera he does this. But I'm just trying to figure out why he do this. Maybe because he feel like he's lacking attention or something right now. Yeah, that's what it is. I understand. But I have to get this video out. Like, I have to get this video out right now. He has me all day. So I'm going to be on here for like a couple more minutes and then I'm getting off. But I just had to say that. And then I was thinking about my childhood friend, you know. He upset. I was thinking about my childhood friend. And she always used to do this one thing, and it stuck with me too. And I'm just like, why she do this? But I knew she was a believer. I knew she was a believer. Now she's not. And this is the thing that trips me. Because as we were our kids and we are so naive and we are so young, we believe certain things. You know, we have imagination, right? We have imagination to certain things, and we're believers of certain things as a kid because we're so innocent and we're so pure at that time. So she used to love playing basketball and stuff like this. And she was a basketball player, and she always, you know, every time she would want to take a shot, and she believed that she was going to take a shot, she had a pendant of God on her necklace. It was a gold necklace. She had a pendant of God. And no, it wasn't a pendant of God. It was Detroit Pistons pendant. And she would kiss it and be like, see, watch, God about to boop. And she would make it every single time. Every time she did this, God about to boop. God about to boop. And she would make it every single time. So she was a believer back then. Now, I kind of feel some type of way because when I mention God or when I say something about God and stuff like that, it's just like, what'd you say? And I'm just like, you know, I started thinking about that last night, and I'm just like, hold on. Like, last time I talked to her, she was just like, say that again? What'd you say? You know, I don't know if she was just shocked that I said it, or, you know, or if she's not a believer no more. But I feel like a lot of us as innocent kids, what, baby? I'm about to get off in a minute. A lot of us as innocent kids, we are so pure and innocent when we are younger, right? Look at, he's just so pure and innocent too. Oh, him want his mommy. I gotta finish his hair. Yeah, that's the light, my love. Him just want his mommy. Light. So, you know, us as light. Us as kids, we're just so pure and so innocent, and we're just so we're just such believers. We don't know where we get this belief from, especially if we weren't raised with it, right? Say Abba. Say Abba. God. Abba. Yeah, Abba, Abba, Abba. I've been trying to teach him too. And Abba, 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 Abba. Yeah, I've been trying to teach him too, because I want him to know. I want him to know. I don't want him to struggle and go through what I went through. So I want my child to be raised up, and a lot of children that were raised in the church, and a lot of children that were raised upon learning upon God, and they do backslide. They do backslide because they want to see what they're around other people, and they get an influence when they get older, and when they start going to high school and stuff like that, they get influenced to be around certain people that are doing all these sins, right? So that's why a lot of them do backslide. And us sinning and stuff like that can cause us to go to hell, and that's not a place that I'm trying to go. I don't want to go there. I want to be with God when I rest my eyes, when I rest my body. So I want my sons and my daughter to go there too. And I'm trying to get them out of this sin place. I'm trying to get them out of this place of disobedience and disrespect. So I'm working on it, and I feel like God said, no, I have to work on you first. You work on you and you work on him. You know what I'm saying? And then the changes will come. So your other two children will then start to see the changes within their mother, and they start working on it too. You know what I'm saying? So kids mimic their parents, right? So most of the time, my other two are with their father, right? So they're mimicking what he does. They're mimicking his every move, his every word. So they're doing things in his image right now, right? So I feel like God is saying, no, I'm working on you. I'm not working on your kids right now. I'm not doing that. I'm working on you so you can become the better vessel for them. And then you, while you have him, build him up. Work on him. Because eventually, them good deeds and you working on yourself and you improving yourself and you coming closer to me will earn my love and my trust and my, just to get closer. You know what I'm saying? It's a process. So you have to be willing to be patient and go through the process. It's not going to happen overnight. And I'm telling you this now because it's been a process over the last few years of change. This is not me stop smoking, me stop having sex, me stop drinking, this didn't happen overnight. This has been happening over the last couple years, like 1-2 years. So this is not a thing that's just going to happen all in one day. Well, I'm reading my Bible, nothing's happening, nothing's changing. Listen, I could testify that I just started reading the Bible probably about, 2-3 weeks ago? You know what I'm saying? About 2-3 weeks ago. But everything else before that, he was changing me. He was stripping me. He was changing me. He was evolving me. He was shifting me for greater. So, especially when I got here. When I got here, it was just like, God got me this home. I didn't do this. Because I was denied here 3 times. 3 times I was denied here, and look at God. I'm here. I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house now, y'all. Like I said, my kids are not with me right now, my 2 oldest. But God is planting them seeds. I kept saying, I want to get out of my situation. I want to get out of it. I want my kids. I want this. 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 And it's not the fact that I was a bad mom. It's the fact that I was disobedient and I was doing things that were not of God. And he probably wasn't satisfied. He wasn't happy. So he's just like, okay, now I'm going to give you this seed. Now you're going to keep working on yourself and you keep building yourself so you have that solid foundation. You have that solid foundation. You'll have the time and the spent in your solid foundation. When I tell you my home is more peaceful than anything, that I can't just invite anybody, that I cannot just have anybody in my home because this is my peace place. So when I tell you this home is just, it means a lot to me. Like I have to keep this place my sacred place upon me and God and my kids, and that's it. I can't invite nothing in here that is not of God. I can't be around people that is not of God. I'm not to say that I'm better than anybody because I'm not, because I'm changing. He has changed me. So I have to do better. I had to prove to him that I have to do better. So I'm working on it day by day, y'all. It's not easy. but it is easy. It's not as hard as you think that it is. It really isn't. It's actually pretty simple. It's pretty simple, but it's a beautiful experience. Honestly, it really is. When you go through the experience and learn to go through it yourself, you're gonna be like, wow, okay. Honestly, you're not gonna realize the changes right away, but you're gonna sit here and you're gonna think like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Things gonna pop up like that, like, wow. I forgot to thank God how grateful I was. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get caught up in my flesh and I start thinking about my flesh, but we have to think within the spirit. We have to let that flesh die. God has blessed me. You know what I'm saying? I have everything that I need and everything that I want. I have a roof over my head. I have lights. I have gas. I have water. I have food that he provides for me. And every time, I told him yesterday, I said, every time, God, remind me to say thank you. Every time I eat your food that you have provided for me, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have no food. You know what I'm saying? So I have to thank him. I have to start thanking him. When I eat my food, I have to start thanking him and realizing, you know what, God provided me this on my table. You know what I'm saying? He made all these people to make that food. He made all these animals. You know what I'm saying? So I have to start thanking God every time I eat my food. And I'm okay with that. I'm learning, you know. But y'all, I'm done. My baby, he acting all tired. Look at him. He acting like he just so sleepy. We don't rest till like 3 o'clock, and it's only 1:23. We don't nap till 3 o'clock. I have him on a certain schedule. I'm still working on getting him on a certain schedule at night so he can be effectively sleeping in the bed at 8, because he likes to take more than one nap. So he'll go to bed at 3, right? Take a nap at 3. And then he'll wake up. Yesterday he woke up at 6, so I'm just like, well, that's kind of late. And then he went back to sleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then he woke up again and he was up to 2 o'clock in the morning. So he's just been on this off and on schedule, and I'm trying to get him to switch that. Like, I want him to go to bed at 8 o'clock. But he's like, no, my mama's not going to bed. My mama's up sleeping. My mama's up, you know? So if my mama's up, but I'll lay down with him, y'all. I would lay down with him at this time. So he just won't stay down. If I'm not there, he won't stay down. So I have to get him out of this cycle, and I have to get him on this path. Like, I've been trying to do this with him for a minute now, and he's just not budging. He's just like, well, if you're not laying down, you're not staying down, and I'm not going to bed. But he has to realize that, hey, that mama runs the show. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, I gotta get off here. I'm on here going on 38 minutes, and I wasn't expecting to be on here this long. But if you were watching this video, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And thank you for taking the time to listen to my testimony and what I had to say. I really truly appreciate it. You know, like I said, that last video that I had made, it wasn't perfect, and I wasn't trying to bash nobody, and I wasn't trying to do things to deceive people or nothing like that. Like, I had to get that all, I had to get it off my chest. And yeah. Oh, my love. Okay, let me spend some time with my baby and y'all, and God bless y'all, and I wish that y'all have a good day, and y'all like this video. All right, bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.